we live yet? That's the question on everybody's mind. Are we live? I think we are. I think we are live. A few minutes early perhaps. But how wonderful. How wonderful. We're live. Yes, Yari. Great. We are. And you are here too. That makes it even better. So today I plan on taking you on a little walk from Shibuya, where we are currently, to Roppongi. That's the plan. That's a route I don't walk terribly often for some reason. So why not do it today? And who knows, if you're really kind to me and everything goes well, I might even continue all the way to Tokyo Tower, which is not too far from Roppongi. So let's see how it goes. I'm sure you all crave a weather update. It's currently 12 degrees here in Tokyo. And as you can see, it's another day with beautiful blue skies. And yeah, basically all the factors we need for a wonderful walk. So let's go. Let's pass Shibuya Crossing here, the beginning of today's walk. I just came back to Tokyo last night. As some of you know, I had a little mini vacation in Hakone with my family. So I spent one night there. Those of you on my Twitter have seen lots of photos of Mount Fuji. I hope you enjoyed those. We had really good luck. Like 2 weeks ago we went to Kawaguchiko, which is this lake next to Mount Fuji, and it was like gray, constantly cloudy and gray, and we couldn't see Mount Fuji even once. But this time we could see Fuji basically all the time we were there, and it was beautiful and it was gorgeous. So yeah, that was nice. That was a good experience that kind of made up for the not so great one we had just a few weeks earlier. Good to see so many of my regular viewers here. Already close to 100 people. Wonderful. I think today's stream will be somewhere around 90 minutes in length. Possibly a little bit longer if necessary. We'll see. Someone asked, like on a stream not too long ago, which area has changed the most since you came to Japan 13 years ago, and my answer was Shibuya, because yeah, this building was not here. This one is very new, like 2 years ago. This one was not here when I came to Tokyo, and the station building here is getting torn down. There were more train tracks overground. That building over there was not here either. So yeah, there's been a lot of like pretty significant changes to the landscape of Shibuya. I'm a bit worried that with all these high-rises popping up, I think there's a few more on the way. Like at the end, maybe there won't be much sunlight coming down to street level, and that would be a bit unfortunate. But I guess that's just the nature of things. Shibuya is, after all, pretty dense and a pretty small area. So I guess from a purely monetary standpoint, it makes sense to just build as high as you can on every piece of land available. There's certainly commercial demand for it, so. Very bustling place, Shibuya. Yeah, it is. It's always lively here. I guess now we're getting close to lunch time, so maybe some of the people working around here are already on their way to have lunch. I don't know. Maybe it's still a little bit early for that. But yeah, I will head up here for a few blocks. Then I will try to take a slightly different route, not the usual one past the UN University that I always take. And instead, let's try to explore some of the back streets around here. Weather there looks great. Yeah, we've been very fortunate, and it's still very mild. Can't believe it's like end of December and it's still like 12 degrees. This comment section is the most positive society I've ever felt. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. We all need a bit of positivity amongst all the negative news we get everywhere else. So if I can bring a bit of positivity to the world, then I am very proud and happy to do so. How was your vacation? Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was too short. We only stayed one night in Hakone, and especially when you're traveling with a small child, everything takes a really long time. So we didn't have that much time to actually do things. But we still had a great time though, and we stayed at a pretty nice ryokan, so that was very good for all of us. I think Mini Explorer likes tatami rooms where she can walk around freely. Those are usually kind of sparsely furnished, so that's good. That's good for her. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Lunch money. Thank you so much. Very generous of you. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. This is Route 412. Is that so? Possibly. I think up here it becomes Route 246, which is the same one that runs through my neighborhood down in Futako Tamagawa. But yeah, maybe this little stretch is called something else. But yeah, I think I will cross this pedestrian bridge over here and then walk on some of the side streets here rather than this main street, because I feel like I always walk there. Mr. Miyazaki. Okay, drive carefully. Ah, there's a bridge here too. Let's cross on this one then. Even better. Yamaguchi-san, hello. Hello. Play your older live streams to my sleep. Ah, thank you, Ander. That's good to hear. Glad to hear that my old streams comes to some good use. This is quite a nice view. Yeah, this is another one of those new buildings in Shibuya that has popped up in the last couple of years. That's Shibuya Stream, where Google has an office. Also, when you're up on bridges like this, you can easily see that Shibuya, like the last character in Shibuya means valley, right? Yeah, or Tani. And you can quite easily see that Shibuya is indeed a valley. Like basically from this direction and from the opposite direction too, you will come downhill once you approach Shibuya. Often do you think buildings get built in Shibuya? That's a very, I don't know, that's a very difficult question to answer. Like there's always some construction going on somewhere. And I think the average lifespan of many buildings is quite short, but I would assume that these high-rise buildings will probably be around for a while because it's so expensive to build those. Yeah. There's always somewhere where there's a construction going on around the Shibuya neighborhood. And that basically goes for any neighborhood in Tokyo, to be honest. Grabbing a coffee today? Yes, that I hope, because I've only had one cup so far today. That was the cup that I had with my breakfast a few hours ago. Thank you for the breathtaking Fujisan short video. Oh, thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that some people seem to have enjoyed it. It's very different. Like, I don't think I've ever posted a video shorter than a minute in length on my channel before, and I was really skeptical, but that view was just so stunning, so I really wanted to share it with you. I think I will go down here. Have you heard of photographer Kiichiro Yoshimoto's book Tokyo Time Slip? No, I don't think I know that, but it sounds terribly interesting and probably like something I should check out, especially since I'm doing all these walking videos and I've seen many of the neighborhoods probably myself, so it would be really cool to see what they looked like back in the days. And yeah, I'm really sorry I couldn't stream from Hakone, but the signal around there was just too bad. Basically there was no Rakuten coverage at all, so didn't want to kind of risk that. And then yeah, also that was mainly a family trip, so focused on spending time with them. お疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。Wish we could send tea back in time for some live streams from 1980s Japan. Yeah, that would be amazing. I would love to experience the Japan back in the 80s, in the crazy bubble era. That must have been quite different in many ways. If I can walk down. Many of these streets looks a little bit boring, but maybe let's go down here a few blocks. Are dentists expensive in Japan? I don't know, because actually I've never been to the dentist in Japan. Oh, this looks like a good place for my coffee. Yeah, let's get a coffee here. Nice. Ampere. Let's get a coffee here. What I know about dentists in Japan is that they are covered by the national health insurance. So, no, let's not get a coffee here. Let's get a coffee a bit later, and then I will sit down and drink it. If I get a coffee now, it's too early for a coffee break. So yeah, it's covered by the health insurance. So I think it's actually cheaper to go to the dentist here in Japan than in Sweden. I think we will find many small coffee shops on today's walk, especially once we get closer to Roppongi. Jenny, yeah, of course, many things we take for granted didn't exist back then, but I don't know. That doesn't concern me that much. Except that the fact, obviously, I wouldn't be able to stream because that technology didn't exist back then, so that would be a shame. But yeah, it certainly would be cool to just experience the bubble era vibe firsthand. Did you record any 4K video at Hakone for us? Only that little Fuji-san video, yeah. Sorry about that. I was kind of considering it, but didn't really find myself at a nice spot at the right time with a nice light. Yamaguchi-san, you've never been to the dentist? Wow, that's surprising. Have you ever heard loud rap music on the streets in Japan? Not that I can think of, but maybe sometime some car passed by and playing music loudly, which does happen here occasionally, but it's very, very unusual. Let's see. Yeah, this is Roppongi Dori, so we're certainly on the right track to Roppongi. Here's another interesting coffee shop that I wouldn't mind trying over here. Hell's Coffee. Looks like it might be closed right now though. We're 300 viewers now. Thank you. Welcome everybody. I think I have time to cross here. So let's do that. Let's do that because I want to go this way anyway. Oh, that's Roppongi Hills over there. Not terribly far. Super windy here though. Can you hear the wind? Or is my slightly broken windshield still up for the task? So Japan is slowly starting to do these like these campaigns to boost domestic tourism again. And that's actually what we use for our Hakone trip. So I think we get like 30% discount or something like that. So we paid less than 20,000 yen for our very nice room at the ryokan in Hakone, and that also included dinner and breakfast for all three of us. Well, obviously my daughter doesn't need a adult meal, but yeah. But they're kind of not really promoting it that much right now that they're doing this campaign, because I guess because of Omicron they want to keep a little bit low profile about that. But yeah, it is already taking place. But this campaign that we used was just for the local area. Yeah, go to travel. It's pretty nice though. So let me check the map here. I think I can walk this direction. It should be taking us. Oh, and I just realized, as always, I forgot to put the FAQ pin. So let me do that. There we go. Okay. Oh, this looks like a one-way road. Let me check the map here and try to figure out where I actually want to go in order to approach Roppongi. Oh, if I go down here, I see. So I have to follow this big road for a little while. Interesting facade here. Old residential building. Japanese streets have gum on the floor. Not often, no. Not as often as in the West, but you can't say it's like 100% no, but I don't know. Looking down, I don't see many gums thrown on the streets here. Do I have to pass through this tunnel now? Maybe I do. Let's hope that the signal holds up. No, I'm not actually walking through here. Okay, that's good. Maybe I am. I don't think I walked this route before. Shadow reveals you need haircut. Yes, actually after this stream I'm gonna make a serious attempt to take care of that. That's the last view of Shibuya you will see today, I think. Now we will head towards Roppongi. So let's see if the signal holds up through this tunnel. Fingers crossed. Looks like we're okay so far. Bitrate is not moving a bit. That's good to see. Amazing. So now we're on the back side of Aoyama Gakuin, which is one of the prestigious universities in Tokyo. Does the government help homeless in Japan? Yes, to some extent. There are certain help programs that people can apply for if they can't support themselves, but I think the amount of money you get is quite small, and also a lot of people, I think because of the culture here in Japan, a lot of people feel too embarrassed to ask for it. They kind of blame themselves for their situation. I actually did, many years ago, I did a newspaper story about the homelessness among elderly people in Japan. And one man I interviewed told me precisely that he could get help from the government, but he chose not to because he feels that his situation shouldn't be like a burden to the society, which I think is a pretty Japanese way of thinking. So let me see, where are we going from here? we can walk down this way a few blocks rather than following this big street. Let's go this way, which will take us towards Azabu Juban, kana? Yeah. Nishi Azabu. Actually, right now I saw on the news yesterday on TV that they were doing a big feature about how children are like homeless and have no place to go due to family problems at home. Sometimes maybe they escape from home and they end up having to live on the streets. Some people were just like teenagers, so that's quite depressing. Guess it happens everywhere though, but I do think actually Japan has a relatively high rate of child poverty compared to other countries, which you don't really feel when you're walking in fancy neighborhoods like this. But yeah, central Tokyo is just a tiny little part of all of Japan, obviously. Yeah, Back in the Clay recommends the channel Life Where I'm From, and so do I. It's a very good channel that talks a lot about those kind of things. Or maybe cross here. Azabu is indeed a fancy place, yes. Continuing our walk towards Roppongi. To those of you who just tuned in, today's walk is from Shibuya to Roppongi, and potentially I will also continue a little bit further, maybe as far as to Tokyo Tower. We'll see. We're currently here. So we just crossed the border between Shibuya-ku and Minato-ku. And Roppongi is up this way. So I think I will... It's kind of difficult to avoid this big street. If I want to do that, maybe I should just continue this way. And then this way. Then we'll touch on the Hiro neighborhood as well. Yeah, let's do that rather than walking along the big and heavily trafficked Roppongi Dori. We're from Toronto, thank you. It's Canadian. We love Japan and we're nicer too. Guess that was a response to some comment that I didn't see. Abijuban used to be my playground at night before the pandemic because my best friends lived there. Oh, you have wealthy friends living in Abijuban. maps. Wait, now I'm so lost today. Sorry, I took the wrong road. I need to take sorry. It's easy to get lost when it's neighborhoods that I'm not familiar with. I actually wanted to take the street just besides me here. This is the direction I should be walking. No buffering. That's good to hear. Yeah, signal looks good here on my end too. If I met John Dobb at the Christmas market last week. No, I don't. I've never met him. You thought you heard my voice on his stream. That's interesting. Do I have such a easy to recognize voice? The more getting lost, the better. Live where I'm from is Canadian. Yeah, that's right. He is. And I know that many of you enjoy watching me getting lost, so it's not a big deal if I do. I know some of you just get happy. That's good. I kind of enjoy getting lost too. A little bit further, and then once we get to the next road we turn to the left. Now when I look at the map I realize I actually came here on a walk a few months ago. This big residential building in front of us. I passed that one on another stream. Good to hear that there's so many Canadian YouTubers in Japan. I didn't know that Charla and Tokyo Lens, that they were Canadian too. Oh, here's a little bookstore. Interesting. And the post office as well, just in front of us. Shibuya Hiro. Okay, so now we're in Shibuya again, I guess, in Hiro. We're really walking on the border between Shibuya and Minato-ku. See a lot of Canadian vloggers. Yeah, I guess I just don't really... I don't know. I'm just assuming that all English-speaking YouTubers are American, I guess. But it's very dumb of me. 400 years now, yay! Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you, thank you. My gut feeling says yes, this way should be towards Roppongi. Or maybe I will get lost again. Who knows? If so, no harm done. Nomadic Gaijin, yeah. I know that you are American. Not much I have learned about you. More likes, yeah, more likes is great. If you are watching this and haven't yet liked the video, please consider doing so. It's a super easy way for you to support me and my channel, and yeah, basically make sure that I can give you more videos like this. Canadian people love Tokyo winter weather, I strongly believe. Probably, yeah, I guess just like us Scandinavians, we do enjoy these blue skies and comfortable temperatures. Let's see, are there any cars coming? Maybe down here, this traffic light. Nice little park here with a slide, yay! Not so sad. Here we have a nice view of Roppongi. That's the Roppongi Hills there behind this tree. I just want to get a shot of this. Oh, I have to wait, there's some cars passing. I'm gonna wait until these cars have passed. Then I'll try to get a photo of this beautiful street. There we go. Also, another reminder to those of you who hasn't followed me on Twitter yet, you might want to do so. I post a lot of photos and stuff there, so I'm really having a good time with Twitter actually. So yeah, and the more of you who will be there with me, the better it will get. This must be a pretty good place to live. It's very quiet and very green. But I think someone at the last stream when I passed here mentioned that the apartments in this apartment complex are crazy expensive. Hilda, you asked so many questions. Do you need to take your shoes off at some restaurants? Yes, you do. When it's Japanese restaurants where you sit on the floor, which is relatively common, then you have to take your shoes off. And even also some other restaurants. But yeah, not all though. It really depends. Here's another beautiful street with very nice light right now. Just gonna wait for this car to pass. There we go. Right, I can't walk this. I need to continue on this side of the road. Gaijin, thank you for following me on Twitter. Thank you. Hey Lemmy! Yes, it's indeed a beautiful day today. It is. We've had so many beautiful days recently. Great for walking. Yes, Yamaguchi-san, you should also walk around here sometime. Maybe you can find a good place, good park here for your Furano beer time. The street needs more NPCs. Yeah, is it too quiet? I think once we get closer to Roppongi, there will be plenty of NPCs. We're not that far away. Let's see, I think we can... Are we able to walk through here? Yes, we are. Wonderful. Wonderful. No, it's such a nice day. I kind of wish I could have a beer break in a park somewhere today too. But I think I'll just settle with a coffee today. And then confusing. I think I should probably cross the street here. Not exactly sure how I can walk. I can walk to Roppongi, but I think this should be somewhat the right way. That's a pretty cool building. My recommendation when to visit Japan is winter. Yeah, winter is certainly not a bad idea. But Japan is nice all year round except summer. July, August, September, I'd rather be somewhere else. But for the rest of the year, Japan is great. Do you have a favorite coffee shop in Tokyo? Yeah, I think if I could just choose one, it would probably be Let It Be Coffee, which is in my local neighborhood, just because the owners are so nice. I haven't actually streamed there from that place yet. Not sure if I will, but yeah, I really like that place just because of the owners. But there's a lot of great coffee shops in Tokyo. Yeah, of course, my preferences regarding the climate is heavily affected of the fact that I'm from Scandinavia. So I guess if you're from an even hotter country, then maybe summer in Japan isn't that bad. But yeah, summer is the best time to climb Mount Fuji. That's probably true, because up there it's really cold. So then that those extra degrees might actually be quite nice to have. Papa Noel is absolutely one of my favorite coffee shops as well. Absolutely. Papa Noel in Minowa, up in the north of Tokyo. And of course, Coffee Person. Coffee Person is great. But as always, like I base my judgment on what makes a good coffee shop. That's more based on the personality of the people behind the counter than anything else. Have you ever visited the snow festival in Sapporo? No, I have not. I've never been to Hokkaido in the winter, actually. That's right, back in the clay. The good thing about summer is that there's actually a lot of things going on. You have all the summer festivals and the fireworks. And I mean, at night it's okay to go out. So yeah, it's not bad, but yeah, I am just not very comfortable when the weather is that hot and humid. It makes me very, very exhausted. I have like very little energy during the summer months here in Japan. But it's nice as long as you can kind of escape Tokyo, then it's not so bad. But especially here in Tokyo, it's really bad. If I'm somewhere surrounded by nature and greenery, then yeah, even the summers are not too bad. Where am I now? I feel like I'm kind of almost avoiding... No, Roppongi is this way. Oh. It's an upscale residential area, absolutely. Roppongi is quite an upscale area. Even though you see houses like this, which looks pretty old and humble, not so fancy, but that's also one of the charms with Tokyo, that even in the most fancy areas you still see like pockets of the old Tokyo remaining. Oh, very windy, very windy. And now we're above 400 viewers again. Thank you everybody for tuning in. 400 viewers. Only 2 people have super chatted. That's a bit of a disappointment. But whatever. As long as you're at least liking the video. I guess that's okay. Maybe I should go here. Creative hair. My hair is very creative. Oh, here we can cross. Perfect. And then so many police on the streets around here. Some clothes shop made in Japan. Oh, perfect! I found Roppongi Hills, and now finally it feels like I'm heading straight towards it. Nice. That's the Grand Hyatt over here. Uh-oh, weak signal here. I hope you can still hear me. Weak signal and extremely windy. Not the best combination. Are we back? Can you hear me? Seems like we hit a block with pretty poor signal there. But I hope at least you can hear me. Oh, thank you, Smee, you know. Thank you. Super tall, very fancy, add espresso shop coffee funds. Happy holidays. Thank you. Yeah, we're back. Okay, good. Yep, we had a bit of a hiccup there. Maybe we should go here. Hair salon. Oh, wait, I read hair salon and self-care, but it's not self-care, it's self-cafe. I could do with some good self-care though. That's a pretty cool building. Here's a little temple. I wonder why there are so many police officers on the street around here. And here we have one of these rare things. A beer vending machine. Not just beer, they even have sake. But not hot sake. Probably only cold. You can see how faded the cans are. But it's probably still in operation though, the machine. Kind of weird that you find one of these in the middle of Roppongi. Because around here, well, it's probably, yeah, door to door with a sake shop, of course. That fire truck was very polite. But one thing that often surprises me here in Japan, the country of good manners and all that, is that whenever you see like fire trucks in a rush, like still a lot of cars and people don't care and don't seem to make way for them. That's a bit of a surprise. Anyway, now we are in Roppongi. Yay! Roppongi. Last time I came here was at night. And at night this street is very, very kira kira, pika pika, which means shiny, sparkling. In the daytime it doesn't look that special. But at night, around Christmas time, this street is quite famous. But yeah, we've only walked for an hour, so let's try to take a little coffee break somewhere, and then I'll continue to Tokyo Tower. Tokyo Tower, Tokyo Tower. You can see it there. There's Tokyo Tower. Let's Tokyo Tower. Here's a super fancy chocolate shop. Oh, I thought that looked like an espresso first. Oh, Brad Ward, thank you for the kind words. Included $6 for the YouTube tax. Happy holidays. Thank you so much. Don't care about Youngso Win. You've made the pandemic so much more tolerable and help with my mental health. I will forever be grateful. Thank you. That's wonderful to hear. That is wonderful to hear. Is that the Lost in Translation hotel? Someone asked. No, the Lost in Translation hotel is the Park Hyatt, which is in Shinjuku. This is a different Hyatt. The one we just passed. That was the Grand Hyatt. There's a bunch of Hyatts here in Tokyo. But yeah, I think I would like a little sit down and some warm drink. Maybe like cafe mocha would be very nice. Get both some coffee and some sugar and some chocolate. Basically everything I need. Oh, this is a very nice reflection here. Reflection of this construction zone. And here we have the Fuji TV. I don't know, main office and also recording studio. However, I'm not so familiar with these streets around here, and I'm wondering where I can find decent coffee around here that won't cost me an arm and a leg, because around here it's super expensive. Ah, sorry, thank you. Yes, Yamaguchi-san. I said Fuji Terebi. That's not right. That's TV Asahi. Terebi Asahi. Not Fuji Terebi. My bad. Thank you for correcting me and for saving my honor. There's actually quite a lot of apartments around here, but they're all super expensive. The thing when you're doing live streams, you make mistakes and those mistakes will be there for the entire world to notice. So mixing up two of Japan's biggest TV stations, not great. Enjoyed lattes. I'm pretty much addicted to caramel lattes. My to-go coffee drink is generally cappuccino, but I don't mind latte. The difference is usually quite difficult to notice anyway. But at least here in Japan, I feel that most coffee shops tend to make cappuccinos a bit stronger. Lattes tend to have a higher ratio of milk. So I don't want it to be too milky, if I can choose. That's right, Fujiterebi main office is that very characteristic building in Odaiba. So yeah, once again, sorry for my embarrassing mistake. Let's walk down this street. This is a nice one. This is the street down towards Hatabujuba. Wow, 450 viewers. Not bad. Thank you everybody for tuning in. And again, if you're new to this channel, a warm welcome to you. I go on streams like this, or on walks like this, several times every week, almost, maybe 5 times on average. So if that's something you think you enjoy, you should consider following me. And also, if you do enjoy it, please press the like button to show your support. And if you really like what I'm doing, you can consider joining me on Patreon, which will give you access to Patreon only streams, as well as some other special perks. The link is in the video description. And also follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. The link to my Twitter is also in the video description. End of commercial segment. Or not really, just also a little shout out to all of those viewers I have who do support me financially. You are the best, you're the ones who do keep this channel going, and it's thanks to people like you that I can spend this much time on going on random walks so often. So a big thank you for helping me stay fit by walking a lot. Thank you. This is a cool building. So let me check what else is happening in the chats. Oh, Brad, that's interesting. Looks like your super chat doubled up. I think it's just a YouTube bug though. It happens all the time. Burger. Burger. I'm getting really hungry. Let's cross here. Sake subscription box. That's cool, yeah. That would be great. Especially if you live somewhere where sake or decent sake is a bit difficult to find. Like in Sweden, for example. Gelateria. I wonder how their business is going during the cold months like this. Although I often eat ice cream, even in December. How about eating soba? Yeah. Brad, thank you. Yeah, that was a bug in the YouTube mobile app. Yep. It was. I think that bug is draining your bank account. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Now there's three. Now there's three. Thank you, Brad. Thank you so much. Food poisoning from Carl's Jr. in Colorado. Oh, that's not great. I've been a couple of times here in Tokyo and never had any problems. I think the burgers are quite nice. I guess this street makes me understand why Azabujuban is such a popular neighborhood to live in. This street has a bit of that local neighborhood feel, and it's much nicer than Roppongi, if you ask me. I much prefer this. Sure, the standards are better in Tokyo, probably. Even, oh, I didn't know there's an afuri here. Afuri. Oh, well, I wouldn't mind some ramen. Standard of everything here in Japan is quite good. Even McDonald's is kind of not as horrible here as everywhere else. People here have pretty high standards, so if you're running any food business, then yeah, you need to kind of live up to those standards or you won't last long. Thank you, back in the clay. Thank you so much. This will cover the side dishes. It will. Thank you. Yamaguchi-san, that's why it's your playground at night. I see. Yeah, nice neighborhood. Ah, it's me, you know. I'm a fan of this double dip thing. Wow, thank you. Wow, you're very generous today. A few minutes ago I complained not so many super chats, and then everybody just starts throwing money at me. Thank you. It means a lot. It means that I will stay motivated all the way to Tokyo Tower, at least. Blue John coffee. It's decent too. Oh wow. This is some lobster restaurant? Crab restaurant. 11,000 yen. Maybe one day, but not today. I won't spend 11,000 yen on lunch today. So here's Azabujuban station. There. And we're just a few blocks away from Tokyo Tower actually. So let's continue there. I feel like we've been here before. Yeah, probably. We have. I passed here on my... Yeah, I don't remember when it was, but I did this summer I did a stream to Tokyo Tower when I passed these areas. Don't think I've been since then though. Probably been a while. But the super chats today that 11,000 yen is already covered. Maybe. Yeah, you've been very generous today. Thank you. I'm gonna try the $100 Wagyu ramen Tokyo Lancer. I think I've had something similar in Osaka. I went to a place that had like Kobe beef ramen, which costed a small fortune, but it was a bit underwhelming to me actually. I certainly didn't feel like it would have been worth the money if I had to pay for it myself, which of course I didn't, because I was there for work, but yeah. Do people usually call places like Asabushi Oshare? どうだろうね. Maybe some would, yeah. Maybe. Not sure. Brad Ward, oh, we have 11,000 yen. Wow, come on, man. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. But thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think you would pay around $100 for Wagyu ramen if it's like really, really fancy one, highest grade. They could probably charge that. But you could probably get it for way less too if you know where you're going. My guess is that place that charges $100 for it, they're probably they're probably targeting tourists. That's my guess. It's the holidays tea. Thank you, thank you. Looks good. Lunch menu, lunch curry, 1,000 yen. That's more kind of the budget that I prefer for my lunch. I might go back there and have lunch after the stream. Curry would be good today, but also burger would be good. Difficult. $2 for ramen at Walmart. That's cheap. Actually, you would be struggling to find ramen that cheap here in Japan. Even like instant ramen. Because the instant ramen here in Japan is usually not the cheapest kind. It's a little bit better. But it's also surprisingly expensive. I was surprised when I first came to Japan, and it's like in Sweden you could buy like 3 packs of ramen for like $1. Like if you go to really cheap supermarket. Here in Japan I could not find that, and actually going to restaurants and for ramen is a little bit more expensive than I would have thought. Like it's not super cheap. It's like usually 1,000 yen or more if you're going to a somewhat decent place. Whereas you can find like restaurants with Japanese food for way less than that. Like gyudon, for example, is usually cheaper. You can find 300 yen ramen in Asakusa. Yeah? In Asakusa even. That's cheap. Oh, thank you, Yenny. Thank you. Blast straight through it. Yeah, I think so. I think we have blasted through the 11,000 yen goal, but I'm still not gonna go for a crab lunch today. Mainly because I'm not so fond of crab anyway. But thank you so much. You are really helping me bump up the December revenue, which is good. Oh, look at this. Can you see the reflection of Tokyo Tower? That's pretty cool. Should be there. We have her. That's the Tokyo Tower. Oh, it's me, you know. Thank you, and Garfield too. Wow, Super Chat is just crazy today. Thank you so much. You're the best. Maybe I will take my wife to a nice dinner sometime this week. She's actually on vacation now, winter holidays, and our daughter is still in kindergarten for the remaining days of this week. So we will try to go and have maybe a nice lunch or something one of these days. So generous people. Yeah, I know. I said it before and I say it again. I have the best viewers. Not just for the super chats, but just because the chat is always such a nice place to be, and always good company on my walks. How much is it around here? Oh! Rental apartment, 102,000 yen. That's surprisingly reasonable. This one, 160,000 yen, 90,000 yen. And these are around here. Yeah, Akabanabashi, Shibako, and so even in a neighborhood like this, you can actually find quite reasonable apartments. Granted, those were probably quite small, but still. Early Christmas gifts, yeah. Can't believe it's Christmas in a few days, actually. Feels, I don't know, just feels completely out of place to think about that it's supposed to be Christmas. Tokyo Tower is more beautiful than Skytree. Yes, I certainly agree with that. Even though we had a pretty beautiful view when we were looking at Skytree the other evening, didn't we, Yamaguchi-san? It's nice, that view. But I don't know. I'm not so fond of the LED lighting on Tokyo Skytree. I think Tokyo Tower has a nicer kind of classical look. Let's cross here. This is a hotel, the not the Prince Tower. There's another Prince Hotel nearby, but I forgot the name of this one. which is a shame because I did some work for them a couple of years ago. Quite nice though. Inside is quite fancy. Outside looks a little bit bland to me. You see, all those neighborhoods are relatively close to each other. Roppongi, Azabujuban, and now Tokyo Tower. And I think over there, that should be Toranomon, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. Swedish embassy is pretty close to where we are right now as well. Oh, for some reason my... Wait. Oh, there we go. The chat disappeared, but now it's back. My GPS tracking app just reminded me that I walked for 6 kilometers now. That's a pretty decent distance. Prince Park Tokyo Tower Hotel. Is that the name of this one? Maybe. There's a Prince. Yeah, Prince Park Tower. Prince Park Tokyo Tower. That's probably right. Yeah. Then there's also another one called the Prince Tower Hotel, I think, which is a little bit older. Does Tokyo Tower have an elevator? Yes, it does. It has an elevator. I've never walked up. I don't know. Can you walk up? I guess you can. I've never done that. Maybe I should do that as when I reach 100,000 viewers or something. Looks a bit like the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, it does. That was my first impression of Tokyo Tower, first time I saw it too. But yeah, I made it here. We walked a lot. It's been an hour and a half. So I might wrap things up pretty soon. Or do you have any idea? Why don't you visit Shibuya Park with a cup of coffee in your hand after visiting Tokyo Tower? Yeah, that's definitely not a bad idea. I wonder what this place is. Oh, it's some temple. Looked like it could have been like almost like a coffee shop or something. Let's see. I want to see if there's any decent coffee shop around here. In that case, I might walk there before I end the stream. Can you help me research? Can you find any good coffee shops close to where I am now? I think there's some I don't know. Google gives me surprisingly little advice as to where to find coffee around here. There is a coffee shop at the tower, but I'm pretty sure that's nothing to write home about. There's some Kissaten, not too far from where I am now. Sometimes there's food trucks at the base of the tower. That's true, that's true. Is there a Japanese Siri or Alexa? Yeah, both of them are available in Japanese. Let's walk up to the tower. Let's walk up to the tower and see what we find there. If nothing, I will just wave goodbye to you. At the base of the tower. Tomorrow marks the 63rd anniversary of the opening of Tokyo Tower. Oh, I didn't know that. It's been around for a while. Oh, hello, Wishful Walking Videos. Welcome. Maybe Café Latu. Yeah, that's inside the Tokyo Tower. There is something there, but my guess is that it won't be great. Country roads. Thank you. It's bedtime here. Okay, good night. Thank you for the super chats. It's the Tokyo Tower, a TV tower. Yes, originally it was built for TV broadcasting, but I don't know how much it's being used for that right now. I mean, if you look at it, there's tons of antennas you can see all over the tower. So I guess it's still being used to some sort of broadcasting. But I think most of the TV broadcasting today is handled by the Tokyo Skytree. Because when Tokyo Tower was built, it was like the highest structure in Tokyo. But now, obviously, that's not the case anymore. So that's why they had to build Tokyo Skytree. This is also a pretty nice view here, actually. Book the stairs up the tower. Ah, not now. Not now. Use the force tea. I don't know if the force is strong with me. Certainly not sure if it is strong with me today. Oh. Here's a fancy looking tofu restaurant. Cafe and bar, Tower View Terrace. Is that the one upstairs? Cell phone towers. I'm sure there's some cell phone antennas on it, but I'm not sure. I don't really know the exact use for Tokyo Tower these days, if it's much more than a landmark symbol. We need to pay to get up the tower. Yes, you do need to pay to get up there. We do. Oh, there's some Taiwan festival going on here. That's great. Maybe I will have lunch here then. Taiwanese food is nice. I do hear what sounds like some potentially problematic music. So I think I will just wave goodbye to you here at the Shibakoen 4丁目 4. I'll wave goodbye to you here, and thank you so much for joining me today. It was a very nice walk and stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I plan to stream again tomorrow, probably around the same time as today. So I hope you can join me then. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye. Hej då. Auf Wiedersehen. Mata ne.